Don't you think it's funny that politicians lie as much as they do, and they expect to get away with it? And they expect to get away with all of it, like all their lies. And what kind of government do you have? And the fact that they will tell secrets and lies, and then they'll hide things from you and go around your back, sneak around your back, and stab you. And they consider that lawful. And they've got people talking about the good things about Obamacare. There are no good things about Obamacare. It's a horribly written law, and it's a horribly done affair to say that's how you should give out health care in some form of health care that you have to pay for that the state is unwilling to provide you at its expense. It wants to do it at your expense. And have you pay these insurance companies what they demanded to be paid because of what they've lobbied to get, which is your money. Your money means more to them than your life. How is that possible? You don't mean nothing to those people. You don't mean nothing to Barack Obama. That man doesn't even look at you in the face. He doesn't look at you in the eyes. He just stands up, makes a few polite comments here and there, talks about a few things that don't matter, and then quickly goes about his business without knowing what he's doing. His foreign policy is that of denial. He would not attack Syria when it was feasible. He did not do his job when it came to Israel. He's doing a horrible job of that. And he blames it on the Jews. But he doesn't go there to do any of it himself. He sends John Kerry, and John Kerry turns this into an issue of anti-Semitism. That he's a radicalized American fundamentalist that hates Jews. Why, I don't know. The Defense Department, on the other hand, is smart. Politicians, on the other hand, are not. You know, what do you want for a politician? Do you want him just to tell you a bunch of lies and feed you something out of his hand and then you feel good? Feel real good about that politician that lied to you? I'm not lying to you. I've told you everything I know. A lot of what we're doing here centers on Iran. Iran is the nexus of which all these things connect up to. America sits there and kind of looks at them and stares at them and doesn't know what to do about them because they don't have the gumption to do it because they don't want to. But Iran has been a problem for more than 14 years now, steadily increasing the amount of uranium it has in its country and enriching it. They already have one nuclear bomb. If you want to second guess me and say they don't, that's fine. I know they do. Because they couldn't be doing what they're doing now without it. And they want more. They're going to devise an atomic weapon. It may be somewhere around December sometime. If they get that all done, they're ready to go. So what are you going to do about all that? Are you going to call your friends, the congressman or the senator or what? Who are you going to call? Nobody. So there's nothing any of you can do about that. You're just going to have to leave it in my hands and trust me that I can do something about that. And I will. I'll destroy all of Iran. Because that's what I have to do. It's in the Bible. It's a war. And they are here to brainwash you. And I don't see any American talking about that. The people are being brainwashed. And it's not just a bunch of Japanese. It's not just a bunch of Vietnamese. It's a bunch of people here in America who will be brainwashed. And then they'll want to brainwash you. And it could be your psychiatrist. Or it could be somebody else. But that's what it's about. That's what the idea of mental illness has always been about. is that we don't know what you're really doing. So we want to change the way you behave because we don't like it. It's a very 50s style syndrome. They have some sort of authority complex built into their own medicine. Like, you shouldn't do what you want to do. You shouldn't do drugs. Why? Because I say so. But you can take these pills, and if you get the right ones, you're basically doing drugs. But what? It's legal. It's legal to smoke marijuana in Colorado. Completely legal. But the feds, they don't think it's legal. At one point in time, the feds legalized marijuana for a brief period of time before Reagan entered into office. And Nancy Reagan went on her tirade about how she was against drugs and how that we had to fight a war on them. And that was much of their doing. His great communicator didn't communicate so greatly why he was doing so. He just did so. So what else do you need to know? You need to know that Obamacare ain't going to work. It's a failed system already. You need to know that Social Security is not secure. You need to know that a majority of the money in this country doesn't reside in this country anymore. The majority of the businesses in this country don't even have any business that manufactures anything in this country. Instead, we've got companies like Facebook, Google, Microsoft. Yeah, we got these companies, but they're of little value to us if they somehow, if there is no internet, and if there is no internet, they don't make no money. People don't pay attention to advertisements on the internet. They find it makes them no money. You watch TV and you go to your house and you watch TV on some channel and you see all these commercials. Does that really make you want to buy something? Or does that just make you think, well, that's a real funny commercial? That Geico commercial with that gecko is, well, that's one hell of a deal. I mean, is it? Is it really that good? I don't think so. I mean, do you know why people keep secrets from you? Why your government won't tell you what it's doing exactly? I mean, this is a question that's been raised more than once. But why? Why don't they tell the truth? Are they not part of the United States? Or are they above the United States? Or are they something bigger than the rest of us? Because they've lied to their soldiers? They've lied to their citizens? They've lied directly to the Defense Department multiple times. These are things that get people shot. These are not things that are just normally what you should do. These are things that will get you thrown out of office. It will change the way your government works in drastic ways. And by the time it's become ultimately more drastic than ever, you will notice that the government doesn't really do anything that it once did. It doesn't control anybody. It doesn't work. It's a broken system. And it's obvious. Watch enough TV and you'll find out. I mean, I don't know what you people as far as history buffs are saying now, but yeah, I'd watch this period of time very closely. It's very mysterious. It doesn't make a lot of sense. It's very cryptic. And I know a very cryptic way of communicating things to people that most people wouldn't get. That I've shown people in the CIA that they're afraid of. They say they're afraid of the fact that I'm threatening people. But I showed them a form of intelligence. It's like, nah, you're not gathering intelligence. What you have is junk. What I have is intelligence. I communicate with Al-Qaeda. I communicate with Hezbollah. And I communicate with Iran. And it ain't just through this video. Don't just get on here and watch these videos and think I'm communicating with them. So if you're watching this, obviously you know that. But what are you going to do about it? I mean, I'm not an easy man to kill. I'm not an easy man to find. You can try to find me and talk to me. It would be nice if you were honest. But in my line of work, not many people are ever very honest. I mean, really, a lot of people lie to the Lord all the time, and have been doing it for quite some time. I don't want to stand on a stage with a bunch of liars who think that they're proud to be citizens of my country because they get free money and they get nice luxury items. Why people suffer and go without food, go without water, go without anything. See, we got this all mixed up. The bad guy really isn't the bad guy. The good guy really isn't the good guy. Politics ain't going to save your life. Ain't going to make your nation a better place to live. And all politicians want to do is lie about it. And I do mean lie. Like continuously. They've lied about Obamacare. They've lied about the Patriot Act. And they've lied about scores of other acts, like the National Security Act. And that was a long time ago. Maybe you wouldn't remember it. 1940s. Right after Roswell. And there is talk, there's murmurs that what JFK was going to do, what John F. Kennedy was going to do, was going to tell you about these little UFOs more forwardly. Like, here's what we know about this. Here's what we've understood about this, and this is not something we truly understand. Just like watching my video is not something you truly understand. Many of you can't make it through the video. As long as they do, well, that's great. But Israel's going to war with Iran, along with them waging war on other countries. But those countries that are waging war with Israel, they don't declare war on Israel. They just declare war. And it ends up being a war on, well, the guy you're looking at here. Me. And who am I? I mean, the Lord. And you are who to tell me how to do my job? And you think I'm crazy? Crazy about what? I'm crazy because you don't like what I'm saying? Because it disturbs you to know that a man can actually call himself God? A lot of people do that. But I'm not forming an armed resistance to kill people. And I'm not really gathering troops. I'm just making videos. So, remember that.